Hey everyone, my name is Imala and I'm a writer and yoga teacher, and I'm filming this from my kitchen in Montreal, and I hope to answer all those questions that I've been receiving lately from my writers friends about Substack. This platform I've been writing on consistently since October 2023, and I will attempt to answer as briefly as I can about those pressing questions like, what is Substack? Does it cost anything to start writing on it? Can you make money on it? And how easy it is to set up? And how does it compare to other forms of publishing? So, to the first question, what is Substack? Substack essentially is a newsletter that needs a blog form. So that means that whatever you decide to write and publish will be posted onto the Substack platform app, but also will be delivered to the email inbox of your subscribers. So this is a really great news for those of you who have readers who are not on social media. Everybody's got an email. It also makes this relationship that you have with your readers a lot more, I think, personal and closer. That also means that you are less likely to get mean comments from random strangers called Pikachu about your posts. And therefore, the conversation in the comment section in Substack tends to be a lot more intelligent, stimulating, but also more professional and supportive. So here's another advantage to having this email form. Another thing that I find that is helpful in that is that I'm very conscious of the fact that people receive a lot of information into their inbox already. So if I send something, I want to make sure that this will not be another thing that floods their email with unnecessary information, but something that is of value. So to the next question, whether does it cost anything? It doesn't cost anything to start writing on Substack. Substack, they don't have advertisement on their platform, so that means that they have to make their money to be able to run this by taking 10% of your subscription, of your paid subscription revenue. And just bear in mind that also Stripe takes about 2.9% of each transaction. So that means that if you have paid subscribers, a percentage of that will go to maintain Substack. Can you make money on it? Yes, you can. I'm not the person to talk about making money on Substack, but for sure I've seen it. It's more than possible. It really all depends on your goal, why you're on Substack, and how consistent you are, what kind of value you offer, and how serious about you are about making money on this platform. I am not on this platform to make money. I offer my content for free. And I made it very clear to my subscribers that the only extra thing they will get by becoming a paid subscriber is the good feeling that comes from knowing that they're supporting a super hardworking writer. And even like this, I have to say 10% of my subscribers are paid, which is really nice, and it's always a nice surprise. Some people offer specific things. So a lot of writers will offer most of their things or some of their things for free, so that you can have a taste of what their work is like and whether you want to become a paid subscriber, and then offer special services like whether it's writing workshops or extra content, or even I've seen even yoga courses for paid subscribers. Okay, so who is on Substack? I used to think that this is the place where canceled journalists go, which is really funny to think of right now. I think it is still dominated by journalists, and they're not going there because they are canceled. They're still writing for a lot of more traditional publications, but Substack really gives you the freedom to publish to a wider audience, and what's wonderful about this platform, and I think this is really what it's about, is that it supports independent writing and your independent publishing. So if you appreciate someone's writing, you can subscribe directly to them. So therefore, what you pay really goes to support them. I was really happy to discover that a lot of the writers I appreciate from the New Yorker are also on Substack, like George Saunders, who has his story club, which I'm part of. One of my favorite Israeli writers, Edgar Keret, is on Substack, and Sherman Alexie, a wonderful poet, Susan Cain, Elizabeth Gilbert, you name it. Some of them post mostly their writing and their content like that you can read. Some offer special writing workshops. As I mentioned, George Saunders is one of them, or do special projects. I will also mention Maggie Smith, the poet, and Elif Shafak is also there. So really, there's a wide variety of creatives on Substack, also podcasts and video, which I haven't fully explored, but it's really interesting and really quite thriving. So why did I go on Substack? As I mentioned, I am a writer and yoga teacher. So because I'm a self-employed yoga teacher, I definitely needed a website to advertise my classes, and I had to do it myself because I couldn't afford to hire someone. And a friend recommended to me WordPress Divi, which assured me was really easy. This wasn't at all my experience. It was mostly quite a frustrating process, but I managed to do it. So it took me a couple of months to set up my website, on which I also had a blog. I say a blog, but I felt like it wasn't the classical blog. It wasn't necessarily yoga themed. It was more inspired by life and the challenges that I've encountered. And I tend to be quite honest about the challenges I encounter, to just make my readers feel less alone, and also maybe indirectly offer some of the things that have helped me to get through those challenges, like being an immigrant and going through a divorce, etc. So, as I mentioned, the social media, so Facebook, etc., and Instagram, they tend to not like it when you drive traffic away from their platform into your personal website. So that meant that despite my hard work, it was difficult to get to just be seen and be read. And I also really missed a sense of community. I really felt like I was writing into the void. So a friend mentioned to me Medium. I explored that briefly. I cannot comment on it in length. I just felt that it was more focused on delivering quantity and catchy headlines, etc., which didn't really align with the type of writing that I do. And I liked what I saw on Substack, so I decided to give it a go, with really not knowing first what I was doing. And it was really encouraging me to keep the streak, the weekly streak of posting, which meant that it trained me to be consistent. The main reason that I joined Substack was really to practice something that I really struggle with as a writer, which is to just ease into the writing and let go of perfectionism. So I now have developed a routine in which I do my posts on Saturday mornings, and I cannot take more than 4 hours. I sleep on it, and I edit. I take another hour Sunday mornings to edit my post before my yoga class, and then I absolutely have to post it, whether I feel totally happy with it or not. And I cannot tell you how much this has trained me to be a better writer, and what it has taught me, the lessons, the valuable lessons that it has taught me. Another big reason why I love Substack is because it actively actually encourages you to support other writers. So if you go, for example, to my Substack page, The Art of Light Living, you will see that you will see my recommendations, including a few lines about why I recommend this publication. And there's a really easy way to use Substack's homepage, which is the notes, and just stack or restack writing by other writers with a note or without a note. And that way you can really rave about other people's writing. I know it's really tough to do it for yourself. I know I find it very hard, but it's really easy to do it for somebody else whose writing really spoke to you. And I cannot tell you how wonderful that was when I received my first restack with a note from someone I didn't know. So initially, most of my readers were my friends who I invited to my publication. But nowadays, I have to say that most of my readers and subscribers come from the actual platform. So it's much more supportive for writers. You really feel like you're joining a community. And this really lines up with a very important value that I have, which is I strongly believe that we writers, actually we as artists and human beings, should be supportive of one another and their work. So rather than have this spirit of competition and envy, I think it's really good karma to just be supportive of each other. There's enough room for everyone, and we're all different, and there's fabulous writing there, and it feels good to just share. So I think this is roughly it. I will also say finally that setting up my Substack publication was super easy. There's a setting then where you can describe yourself briefly, you can add a picture, you can even add a logo, and every time you publish, it will put it onto the site and arrange it in a really professional kind of way. And you don't have to do anything with it. You don't have to worry about domain and hosting and all those terms that I was really unfamiliar with before I had to do my own website. So this comes from a girl who's filming this with an old iPhone and a ring light in my kitchen. So trust me on this, it's really easy. But whether you decide to go on Substack or not, I think my final advice to you, recommendation to you, is that find a way to be consistent about your writing and find a way to get over that fear of publishing and sharing. I know it's nerve-wracking. I feel it every week, and I'm getting better at it. Another great reason to do this is that when you go with traditional publishing, and I think you should, it's very important to practice that as well, it takes 3 to 6 months to hear back, usually, sometimes even more. It took a Canadian magazine 4 weeks to get back to me with one-line pitch, and it was a no. So this gives you a freedom to communicate directly with your readers, and a wonderful plus that it has is as you receive those rejections from traditional publications, it's nice to receive also some encouragement from your community, and you will receive encouragement from your community. So I highly recommend it. Keep on writing, keep on practicing, and if you wish to check out my page, it's called The Art of Light Living. You can find me on Substack. I will post the link below. And if you're in Montreal, you can even come to our meeting this Sunday at the Depanneur Cafe at 1:30. We will be meeting in person and discussing anything that I have forgotten to mention. So if there's anything that you're still burning to ask, feel free to ask me in the comments, and I look forward to reading your writing. Good luck and have a great day.